What's up, YouTube? Here's my first YouTube build. 1991 GMC Sonoma SLE with the 4.3 liter V6. This is the long bed, but it will be low and slow. I do plan on putting a V8 in it, but I'm not looking for a huge amount of powers or a drag truck. I've had a couple of these in my life. This is something that I just picked up. Drove down to Austin, picked it up for $1,250 running, drove it back to Dallas. But as you can see, everything's very straight. No rust going on. Pretty much everything works as it should. And by that I mean it runs and drives. AC doesn't work. I have a pretty bad stutter and hesitation that I can feel really bad inside the cab. Bed's in real good shape. The spare tire holder in the back is broken. That's why the spare tire is actually in the bed of the truck here. Wheel wells are in very good shape. There's a couple of little dents on each corner. There's a couple there and a couple right here. But other than that, bed's in great shape. Opens as it should. No rust in the corners. No rust in the bed. Do have a little tiny damage down there, but we'll be able to fix that when we paint it. I'm actually gonna take these moldings off today in the next video and start paint correction. I know it does need a paint job, but I can take these moldings off, get that glue off, and correct the paint for next to nothing. Just here's that first part. We lose every one on these square body S10s, first generations. But as you can see, if I get up under here, is that gonna focus? Yeah, look at that. I have a little rust on the frame, but absolutely no rust on the cab. Coming all the way up. Let me flip around. I do have a transmission and oil leak, it looks like, but it's not dripping off. But I guess it is dripping off. Look at that. There's something coming right off that. Suspension needs to be replaced, but that will be fairly easy and fairly cheap. To find a straight body one of these is getting harder nowadays, but parts are still fairly cheap for this and still readily made. They sold so many of these, and there's so many of them still on the road today. I need to clean it up a little bit. This is the automatic. My buckets do have some rips in the seats, but they're in absolute great condition. They're very firm. They're not worn in, but they do have these rips from just old wear and tear. I have to get that probably recovered, or what I actually want to do is trade them for some buckets. I mean, trade these buckets for a bench seat. I'd rather have a bench seat in here. But they work perfect. Slide forward, everything works on them. They're sturdy. Everything is really, really solid in the cushions. Just very good overall seats. Just needs, this one doesn't even need a back to it. I don't know if you can see that with a focus in. That back's in perfect shape on the driver. It does have a couple of little rips on the driver, but other than that, driver's in great shape. Let me start this and show you this hesitation. Drop itself down right away, which is good. I do get a little white smoke when I start it, but that goes away after that starter kicks in and it turns on. AC is broken, but my switches here are broken. As you can see, they just kind of drop up and down, and it's kind of loose here. So I'm just gonna get a new AC switch and see if I can get it on. The heat does work. Do have a couple of cracks in this dash up here. I'm gonna try to fix this in a really crazy way, and I don't know if it's gonna work. It probably won't, but I am going to try it. I've used it in a way. We'll see. You'll just have to wait for the next video for that. Alright, let me open this hood and kind of get to this stutter. Now, back to the stutter. When I hit the gas, it really feels like I have a misfire. And I get a really hard, bad stutter through the pedal and the floor of the truck. And I can really feel it when I'm in the cab, but not so much when I'm up here. Let me get this hood open. As I said, it's a 4.3. New battery. I have a K&N filter in it. Now, like I said, I just picked this up Thursday. Drove down to Austin. Picked it up and drove it home. Everything's real clean, real well. That stuff, but it is inspected. The odometer on this truck says 342,000 miles. I can't guarantee that's what it is. It looks like it's in pretty darn clean shape to have 342,000 miles on it, and if it is, someone took very good care of it. Like I said, I think it does have a misfire when we're on it. I'm gonna do the normal stuff, change out the distributor, the rotor, the plugs, the wires, DGR map, all that stuff, and kind of clean it up a little bit under here and see where we go from there. But I don't think that stutter's it. I think it might be, I've read online, it might even be a transmission mount, but it's pretty bad stutter and hesitation from when you're parked and you get it up to about, when you rev it up, and then when you're even driving, you know, probably first and second gear, all the way up to about 3,000 RPM. So there's a real bad stutter, and it's pretty weak. Idling, it seems to be not going too bad, and I can't feel the shake as bad. In here. So let me know what you guys think. 1991 GMC Sonoma 4.3 liter V6 automatic with the Longbed on it. My next video will be me removing these moldings down here and doing a little bit of paint correction.